Well, hello everybody and welcome to Mikey Taylor Gaming, where today we're taking a look into the world of Crash Bandicoot N.Sane Trilogy glitches for basically every single platform in the known universe. There's a ton of cool glitches to be found in this game, just like in every other episode of Glitch Picnic, but as always the developers have tried to ruin our fun by patching out some of them. So I've tried to make it clear which glitches do and don't work in which versions of the game. So without further ado, I hope you all enjoy this, and I will see you all at the end card. We're going to start off today with something a little complicated in Crash 2 and 3, where you can activate a character swap glitch which leads to some, let's say, interesting effects. To activate it in Crash 2, you'll need to stand next to Coco so that the prompt to switch characters shows up at the bottom of the screen, and as soon as you see it, slide, crouch and jump at almost the exact same time. If you get the inputs right, you'll slide away from her whilst bringing up the option for her to join the adventure at the same time. If you decide to choose no in this menu, then you'll activate the glitch. Okay, everything looks normal right now, but the menu you just closed will stay active in the background in a glitchy state, so if you don't see the Swap Heroes prompt at the bottom of the screen, press up and jump to bring the icons back, and then open up the save screen and close it again to bring the prompt back properly. Doing this will make it so that you can change characters whenever you like, even in places that you shouldn't be able to, like the platforms to other floors, which can cause some pretty heavy glitches to happen. To test it out, switch to Coco, send her up or down a floor, then press down and jump to switch back to Crash. Switching characters on the platform like this will remove the barrier, so you can jump right off it and out of bounds into the warp rooms. Sometimes you'll even be able to walk far enough away from the area to get the game to stop showing textures from the floor that's being shown. I mean, look at this mess. The signs and the collectible pillars disappear, the lighting goes funny, and the whole warp room vanishes, just leaving the portals into the levels visible. There's quite a few different things that you can see by using this glitch, so it's definitely worth a try if you've got the patience to get it working in the first place. You can even get the game to soft lock. I accidentally managed to get stuck in a loop where I was losing life after life before it eventually got stuck here. I couldn't pause the game, and the only way out was a full reset, so lucky me. The glitch works in the exact same way in Crash 3, and you can even use it to skip a couple of the locked gates in the hub area from the start of the game. It took a while to do this, and you've got to be extra careful with it because dying in the warp room will Crash Bandicoot the game before you've even started playing. Oh, no, stop the Crash Bandicoot jokes. You gotta stop them now. But what did I tell you? This was an epic first glitch, right? And let's follow up with another one because I'm feeling super generous today, unlike in any other video you've ever watched from me. Have you ever wanted to turn Crash into an unstoppable zombie? Because there's a way you can do it with any of the platforms that take you from one area to another, but I can tell you that this one is a lot easier to do with a little practice. To trigger it, you've got to enter into time trial mode, jump onto the edge of one of the platforms, and then pause and restart the level on the very last frame before Crash jumps into the centre. If you get the timing right, then Crash will disappear and you'll see the platform start to rise as the screen fades to black. When you're reloaded at the start of the level, you'll see right away that nothing can hurt you. And when I say nothing, I mean absolutely nothing. For one, enemies can't touch you. In fact, sometimes they're like a little weird when you touch them. If you fall down a pit, then depending on the level, Crash will get stuck at the bottom of it, or it'll let you walk backwards and forwards through the level, which is kinda weird. It's like a drone's taking footage of the level. But the best part of all is that you can even use this one to walk on water without dying if you use it on one of these annoying water levels. Jesus? Is that you? Reincarnated as Crash Bandicoot, eh? No one will suspect a thing. Just be careful where you step out here because some of the water just drops you right through and you'll get the same drone camera effect again. Snowgo will even get this weird fog effect from this glitch. I'm really not sure what that's all about, but it reminds me of that glitch in Ocarina of Time, just not as extreme. You won't be able to finish any of the levels normally in this state since all of the teleporters at the end are deactivated, but you can cancel the glitch by heading back to the platform that you triggered it with, or by quitting out of the level. I know I said a second ago that the water levels are the best place to use this glitch, but my personal favourite is in Boneyard in Crash 3. The Dino in this level has absolutely no idea what to do after he hits you. And this one freezes a lot of the enemies in the level too, because you're supposed to be instantly dead when you're hit by this dinosaur. So I guess the other enemies get a little confused? I really don't know. Pausing the game right before the platform sounds really simple, but trust me, this is honestly ridiculous. Plus, it takes a little while to get back to where the platforms are to retry if you fail, so if you like punishment, then this is the glitch for you. Trust me when I say there's a lot more to show off in this trio of games that are way easier for you to try for yourselves, and most of them aren't helpful by any means. So let's head over to Native Fortress in Crash 1 where you can trigger a weird and wonderful physics glitch, which happens to be the next pointless one of today's episode. In Native Fortress, you won't be able to miss the turtles crawling around all over the place. I've got to admit they're pretty useful in some places, and this glitch will let you transport them to different parts of the level too. Kinda. If you flip a turtle, hit a checkpoint, then die, you can head back to where the flipped turtles were to see that they're just kinda stood there in some kind of default standing still animation. If you ever see them like this, then you can trigger a couple of weird glitches just by jumping on them again and waiting until they recover. When they start walking, you'll see a tiny change gets made to their walk animations. A mini moonwalk as they turn. Isn't that awesome? It's really not. But if you jump on them whilst they're walking, then they'll start to float away, so I guess that's a lot better. In this state, the turtles will float over any pits, they can't damage Crash at all, and they won't have collision with objects either, so they'll float through anything that tries to block them as long as you keep them in the shell by jumping on them. There are quite a few different things you can get them to do depending on where you flip them over. I mean, look at this. I don't even know what it's trying to do right now, but it must have had a Red Bull because that thing has got wings. This one's definitely worth trying out for yourself since it still works in the latest update, and if you want some more simple to trigger glitches, then you can find a couple over in Crash 3. You'd better prepare to delete your entire Crash N.Sane Trilogy history from your console because you can use the Fruit Bazooka in update 1.00 to see a glitch in the level Dynamite that's also less than helpful. In the initial release version of the game, wherever you see your baby dinosaur friend, you can move him around the level just by shooting him. You've got to be careful where you place him though, because the hitbox for him and Crash seem to be linked in some way. Placing him over hazards like geysers will cause Crash to feel the same pain, kinda like E.T. and Elliot. Just a little more cute looking to me. Because E.T. always freaked me out, you know? Try shooting him all over the level and you'll probably end up finding that some interesting things happen. I mean, I'm not confident that he should disappear like that, but hey, who knows what's going to happen when it comes to glitches? I'm sure the next one in Tell No Tales is going to surprise a few people too. In this level there's a huge ocean to explore behind the boys, but for some reason Coco's like, you really want me to fit through those gaps? You crazy? There's no way we're going to fit through there and get out of bounds. I, for one, have always wanted to see how far we can actually go out there, and using a glitch we can make that wish come true. Is there anything that glitches can't do? If you position Coco exactly like this, then when a cannonball hits her, she should get forced out of bounds and be free to explore the nothingness that's outside of the boundaries. Once you're out here, you're totally free to explore. You'll find that you can ride the jet ski through a lot of things that you shouldn't be able to since you're not supposed to be out here, like the pirate ship. Arr, ye landlubbers, I be a pirate. On a jet ski. Kinda. Arr! If you head out to the edges of the map, you'll find a clear version of the textures that you can see underwater in the level, which is pretty cool too. You can even ride into the nothingness for a while, but if you go too far, you'll eventually get respawned back to the last checkpoint that you hit. The only other way I found to get back in bounds is to get hit by the cannon again, so hopefully you prepared and got thrown out here with a spare mask. Otherwise, it's a brisk ride into the nothingness for you. Or you can just pause and quit. Whatever's easier. There's a lot more to see back over in Crash 1, so let's head into Jungle Rollers for another nice easy one that you guys can try out for yourselves. Make your way to the bonus teleporter in this level and instead of jumping into it, run towards it from behind and try to get hit by the rolling rock so that the Angel of Crash gets caught in the teleporter's hitbox. If you get it right, then after dying, just look what happens. First the bonus loading screen pops up, but instead of actually loading the bonus stage, it'll show the regular level as if it was a bonus round before reloading the area with Crash in it. Unfortunately, the only lasting effect of the glitch is the bonus text at the top of the screen, but this'll disappear as soon as you finish the level and return to the map screen. The text does last through the missed boxes scene too, so that's something, but it really doesn't affect anything. There's another slightly better bonus glitch that you can activate using the Brio teleporter in Rolling Stones too, which features a glitch to trigger a glitch. When you reach this teleporter, you'll find that the hitbox in the bottom right is a little sketchy, so if you play around in the corner here, Crash should fall in place for a couple of seconds before the game tries to respawn him in a safe place. When it reloads the screen to get Crash out of this glitchy state, it also drags him through the teleporter just like when we died earlier. Unlike in the version of the glitch we've just seen, this time you'll be taken into the bonus round, but none of the crates that you destroy will add to the box counter, so you're not going to be able to get the box gem from the level anymore. Not that you'd be able to collect them all anyway, since using the teleporter at the end causes a soft lock whilst you're in this glitchy state. You won't even be able to exit the level through the pause menu, so this is going to have to be a full fat reset to fix. The good news is that if you fail the bonus round instead of finishing it, then you'll get the same bonus text at the top of the screen, just like in the Jungle Rollers version of the glitch. After testing this one out on the latest update, it looks to me as though it doesn't work anymore, but it could just be a PC version thing. I'm really not sure. There are other places in the game where you can activate these bonus text glitches too, but I think we've all had enough of the bonus glitches for now, so let's move on to some of the boss glitches that we can find in the game. That's right, even a few of the bosses in this game aren't free of glitches, and I've got 4 of the best to show off for you guys today. It's just a huge shame that only a couple of these are still working in the latest update, because some of them were kinda fun to try out for yourselves. First up in Crash 1, there's a glitch in the Ripperoo fight that can be pretty hard to trigger, and it totally isn't worth the time that you put into it either. To set this one up, you need to get Roo down to 1 hit point and then detonate a TNT crate right here before getting hit by him to die. If you time all of this absolutely framed perfectly, then the explosion from the TNT should take the final hit of damage off him as the game reloads the fight from the beginning, leading to this mess. As you can see, Ripperoo will start jumping around in his defeated, burnt up state. And it's a good job that Crash's hitbox is deactivated because you can't control him either. After a couple of seconds, the game will realise that Roo has no hit points left and the fight will just end like normal. And when I say normal, it's being used a little loosely. I just mean that the game won't softlock so you won't have to reset it. This took me forever to trigger, so I'm pretty sure that the timing must be frame perfect. And it probably works on the latest update too, but I don't know for sure because I gave up after an hour of trying. Even after going back to an older update of the game, it still took me another hour before it actually worked, so if someone could confirm in the comments that this works on the latest update or not, that'd just be lovely. The next boss in the lineup is Koala Kong, and this fight has a glitch that'll make it just that little bit quicker. If you can pull it off, that is. I'm pretty sure we've all thought about just jumping over there and spinning him to death, right? Well, this glitch will let you do exactly that. Stand around until Kong is about to throw the big rock over the lava, and when he releases, jump towards it and keep on holding the jump button, then hold down to turn around in the air so that the boulder hits Crash from behind as it's falling. With a little luck, Crash will do something called a hyper jump, sending him way up into the air and over the invisible barrier that blocks you from getting to the boss. While you're over here, Koala Kong can't hurt you, and the minecarts will just push you out of the way, so you're perfectly safe other than the small rocks that he throws at you. He seems to have a talent for throwing things really hard sideways. And you know what? I'm really not surprised with the size of those arms. You can only damage the boss after he throws the big rocks, so watch out for the small ones and you'll be totally fine over here. Even though it's a little quicker to defeat him like this, it's also a hell of a lot more difficult to get over here, so maybe just try and defeat him the normal way. This seems to be the only boss glitch I've got for you guys that still works on the latest update of the game on all versions of the game. I honestly thought this was going to be a lot tougher to get working because apparently it's the hardest strat in the any % speedrun of the game, but after trying the Ripperoo glitch, I can honestly say that this is much easier. But maybe I got lucky in a couple of tries, which isn't like me at all. Let's take a look at the next glitch, where if you're willing to delete all of your N.Sane Trilogy data again, then there's another easy to trigger glitch in the Embryo fight that was again patched out in the latest version. During this fight, Brio will throw different potions at you, purple to blow you up and green to make slime monsters. Towards the end of the fight, when he starts to throw 3 slimes in one cycle, you can completely glitch him out just by jumping on the first slime as soon as it appears. Doing this interrupts the animation of Brio throwing the final potion and glitches him out completely. You can make this out to be whatever you want it to be. Dance party? Or maybe he's just going overboard on the potion mixing. Whatever you decide it is, you're trapped in a softlock where you can't hurt him and he can't hurt you, so that's great. Luckily with this one it was recoverable for a change. You could just pause the game and quit the fight to turn things back to normal, and it's not often we can escape a glitch like this, so that really is a bonus. I guess you can't really count this as a real softlock after all though. I've got to say, Crash 1 is having all the fun with these boss glitches so far, but the entropy fight in Crash 3 has a pretty weird glitch in it too. And it's fair to say that this really isn't helpful either, like the rest of the glitches that we've seen today. As with most bosses in the game, he's not too difficult to beat. Dodge a few things here, jump over a few things there, and do a spin over here, then rinse and repeat. It really couldn't be easier for the third boss in the game. What makes it difficult is if you trigger this strange glitch that stops him from appearing in the fight whatsoever. If you attack him and jump off the edge of the stage, the game will reload you with an invisible boss on the other side. And not only is he invisible, but you'll find that he's also invincible, since he can't be hurt either. If you die again, he'll reappear, but you still can't hurt him when you make your way back over there. Also, did anyone know that his shockwave attack is a one-hit KO? Because I sure didn't. Poor Aku Aku did not stand a chance here. It really doesn't seem fair that he can hurt us but we can't hurt him, so I think we're going to need this next glitch to counteract his cheating ways, which means this glitch could actually be helpful to you guys. Aside from all these glitches that have popped up through the N.Sane Trilogy, there's one that carried over from the original game, and it works the exact same way as the glitch I covered way back in 2015, so if you watched that episode, then you won't need an explanation. If you're struggling with the 99 life cap that the game has in place for some reason, then the over 99 lives glitch is definitely the one for you. The idea is to pick up a life or many lives and then quit the level before they reach the icon in the top right of the screen. The extra lives that you get will add to the total without being limited and take you right over the 99 limit. This glitch doesn't only work on castle machinery, but this is the easiest place to grab a ton of lives to try it out for yourselves if you've got access to them with the yellow gem. The only difference between the N.Sane Trilogy and the original glitch is that this time, earning a new life when you're over 99 won't take you back down to 99 again. It'll let you keep every single one of them, which is a great bonus. Backtracking a little to the restart glitches, there's a couple more that you can trigger by restarting levels in time trial mode during certain events. In the level bear down, restart just as you're thrown off the edge of the cliff at the end, and when the game reloads, crash will be at the end of the level and not in time trial mode. This is a great way to do the level if you don't want to waste lives. In Unbearable, if you restart a time trial just as the bear is about to start tearing up the bridge, you'll see a quick flash of crash in the teleporter room, followed by a reload into the secret area of the level. That's pretty odd. Oh, and off topic, you can do this in Unbearable too. No idea what I was trying to do here, but you can find glitches everywhere in this game. There's gotta be something about these auto sequences that restarts just mess up, because there's something similar you can do in Orient Express too. If you shoot the timer at the start of the level with the fruit bazooka, then restart as Coco is about to jump onto Pura, the game will mess up and put Coco in the floor when she next tries to jump onto him. Very strange. And I'll tell you something, Pura seems a little too happy right now. Probably because he's not having to run around with Coco on his back. He is only a small tiger after all. It must be pretty tiring. Let's finish off where we started off today and head back over to Crash 1 for the final few glitches of the episode. These boulder levels really used to give me a lot of trouble back in the day. Luckily, there was something called adaptive difficulty programmed into them to slow the boulder down each time you die, making it way easier to escape. There's something a little wrong with the adaptive difficulty in Boulder Dash after the last checkpoint though, because dying once makes the boulder crawl straight away. When it's moving this slow, you can use the gem platform at the end of the level to glitch through it as it falls down the final pit, and with the right timing, Crash will bump into it, sending it flying into the distance for some reason. I wonder where that thing's going. I guess it's not our problem though, so meh. With that fascinating glitch out of the way, we finally come to the last glitch of the episode, and you'll find it in Temple Ruins. It's a little harder to pull off, but it'll give you one of the strangest effects that we've seen today. At the end of the level, it's possible to die at the same time as jumping into the teleporter, a lot like the bonus glitch found earlier in Jungle Rollers. When the end of level screen pops up, Crash won't appear on it, and that causes a soft lock. I mean, it used to cause a soft lock, but now the game just lets you continue after this glitch is triggered, so I guess they patched out the soft lock but let us carry on using the glitch. That is one great development team, I've gotta say. But that's not the weirdest thing that you can do with this glitch though. If you die and finish the level in time trial mode, then the time that you finished with will pop up on screen, but Crash will respawn at the start of the level in the background. If you have the time, the patience, and you're completely insane, you can even start another time trial and go through the entire level again to pull up a second set of times on the screen. But for the 114th time in this episode, I have to ask, why would you ever want to do that? I mean, don't ask me because I'm pretty sure you guys are going to try these out regardless of what I say. And with that guys, we've come to the end of today's episode. Alright, it's not helpful for speedruns, for playing better, or anything really, but you've got to admit that some of these glitches have been amazing. As always, I want to throw a huge shout out to the Patreon supporters for helping to upgrade things around the office, and this month's top supporters are Max Wegner, Keith Myers, Himdog, Fun for Hire, Multimedia Nerd, and Talentless Hack. I honestly really can't thank you guys enough for helping to keep the channel alive. If you want to keep up to date with everything in the Glitch Picnic world, then make sure you check out the Twitter, join the friendliest Discord server that you'll ever have been a part of, and subscribe to catch the next video. Thank you all so much for watching until the very end, and I hope you all enjoyed. And don't forget, I love you all. Mwah.